Alright, for 100 years, maps have shown Sandy Island on the Pacific Ocean, and it doesn't actually exist. This is Unit 2, Cycle 1, Level 1 Circle Video Notes. Remember, slope is the rate of change in an equation, and it is represented by the m in y equals mx plus b. So here is how we find slope from a table. Alright. In example 1, identify the change in each consecutive pair of y values. In this case, the change of y is. So here's my y values, okay? And I find how much it changes. From 2 to 8, I'm adding, and I'm going to add 6 each time. From 8 to 14, just double checking, that's also plus 6. And this is plus 6. So the change in y is 6. So now let's do our change in x's. Step 2 says identify the change in each consecutive pair of x values. In this case, the change in x is. So from 1 to 5, I'm going up, so that's plus 4. From 5 to 9, that's also plus 4. Just double checking, that's plus 4. So my change in x is 4. Okay, and now we write it in the equation rise over run. That means our y's. We say change in math is a triangle. It's called a delta. That means change in y over change in x. So, if I'm using this as my fraction bar, the change in y is 6, and the change in x is 4. Well, now we can reduce the fraction. So, if 6 over 4 is reduced, I can divide both of those by 2. So, 3 over 2 is my slope, and it's positive because both sides are positive. Let's look at example 2. We're going to identify it's going to be the same thing. Okay, so identify the change in each consecutive pair of y values. In this case, the change of y is. So how much does it go up or down? In this case, we're going from 12 to 6. Now that's going down, so it's a minus. 12 minus 6 is 6. To get from 6 to 0, we have to subtract 6. And from 0 to negative 6, we're still subtracting 6. Okay? So, my change in y is negative 6. We're going down 6. Now let's do our change in x. To get from negative 4 to negative 2, is that going up or down? On our number line. If this is 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. If I'm going from here to here, that's getting positive. So this one is plus 2. From negative 2 to 0, that's plus 2. And then from 0 to 2, still plus 2. So my change in x is plus 2. Alright, we're going to write it in rise over run. Again, that's the same thing as the change in y over the change in x. So my change in y is minus 6. My change in x is plus 2. So that's my fraction, negative 6 over positive 2. Now we're going to reduce the fraction. Since this is negative, if either one of these is negative, this is going to be negative. If they're both negative, it's positive. Because a negative divided by a negative is positive. So I'm going to add that down here. If both are negative, then slope is positive. Okay? So if that was like negative 4 over negative 2, well, that slope would be 2 because a negative divided by negative is positive. Now here, only one of them is negative, which means my overall slope is going to be negative. Negative 6 and 2, that can reduce. 6 divided by 2 is 3, so our slope is negative 3. Okay, that's how you find slope from a table. You find the change in y, you put it over the change in x every time. I'm going to write that up here. Change in y over change in x. Okay, still would go right here if it was the same equation.